Our next discussion is all about helping you manage your cloud costs with Azure Cost Management and Billing. So now I'm talking about money. I bet I've got your attention. I've got two guests here to help us with this vital aspect of the cloud computing business. So please welcome from the Azure Cost Management team, Sharon Azulin, Senior Program Manager, and Program Manager Manav Trivedi. Welcome to Microsoft Ignite. Hi, both of you.
Hello,
How are
Sonia.
you?
Hey, thanks for having us, Sonia.
Look, you're welcome. Look, I understand this is your first Ignite presentation and being online, it's a little bit scary, but we have a great audience and they are just really interested in hearing what you have to say. So let's get into why I should care about my cloud spend and how cost management helps with that, especially when I've come from a traditional enterprise environment where I know that I have to stick to that IT spend budget, right? Sharon, how can you
Yes,
tell us about how that's different?
Yes, Sonia, you're totally right. Well, when you're on-prem and you have an on-prem deployment, you know exactly what servers you have, what services you're running or you're purchased and deployed, and you can usually keep a close eye on your expenses. With the transition to cloud, you gain a lot, like flexibility, the ability to easily switch between SKUs, for example, or to access a wide range of the services that Azure offers. And in addition to that, you get the ability to actually delegate deployment to individual in your organization. However, this might come at a price of your costs swiveling out of control. You might mistakenly leave the lights on, so to speak, or forget to shut down a VM, not being aware of the cost being accumulated. This is exactly where cost management, or ACM as we call it, comes into play. ACM relies on three pillars that, if they are exercised in a repeated cycle, they ensure you are cost effective in cloud. Those three pillars are visibility, accountability, and optimization. In visibility, we mean we give you actually the ability to view your costs over time, analyze trends, identify any spikes you might have and that might have contributed to this raise in costs. And we give you the tools to slice and dice the data so you can understand what is the root cause for those spikes in costs. In accountability, we're looking at giving you the options of becoming proactive in your cost monitoring. And this is achieved by tools like budgets that you can configure and set threshold-based alerts against them that will trigger and will notify you if the budget is breached. We're looking also at giving you an ability to forecast your future costs based on your past trends. And of course, we give you the ability to share all this information with the stakeholders in your organization. Lastly is the optimization. This is the last pillar. This allows you to locate inefficiencies, like unattached disks, for example, or servers that are underutilized. And then also, we offer you opportunities to buy smarter with reservations.
I always like to think of cost management in the analogy of like running my home budget. And one of the interesting things is I can get a bill from my electricity provider, but it still relies on me to understand which lights were left on or which of my appliances are using the most power and who in my household I need to yell at for leaving the lights on, right? And it's great to see that with Azure Cost Management, we've got some granular level of detail to help us control that and sort of get more information out about that. Who in the organization is responsible for looking at these cloud costs? So like, who do we really need to yell at, or who needs that visibility of what you can see in the Azure Cost Management plane?
With that delegation of power we are giving to everybody on the organization, we also think that we need to keep everybody accountable. So everybody needs to be aware of the cost in cloud. And ACM is built in a way that gives everybody a view of that data and at the right altitude that they need to view it actually. So for example, developers can leverage views that we have at a resource granularity to analyze costs for their deployments, while the financial persona in the organization would like to have an all-up billing level view, like, for example, our invoice details view, which allows you to reconcile your cost against your invoice.
I think that granular level of sort of permissions is very important as well, because it means that people don't get access to a whole bunch of stuff that isn't in scope for them or might confuse them more, but they do get to see the stuff that's important to them. Sharon, you also mentioned reserved instances. So reserved instances don't quite match to a pay-as-you-go type consumption model because of the way that they're structured. If I'm buying a reserved instance for that discount on my price and the commitment on that spend, how do I track that?
So in Azure Cost Management, we also provide you a view into your purchases. You can look at the actual time of purchase and see the purchase at that time of a reservation, or you can switch to an amortized cost and understand how the costs are divided along the time that you purchase this reservation for. You can track your purchases and you can get alerts for those. And lastly, you can also find any unused reservations. Remember, I was talking about optimization and making sure you're effective in your cloud deployment. So we give you these views as well. In this regard, I would like to mention that our Power BI connector also allows our enterprise customers to see some additional recommendations, like leveraging Azure Hybrid Benefits, for example.
Yeah, great. So Azure Hybrid Benefits, where they can reuse a license that they've purchased for an on-premises server that is enrolled with software insurance. If they want to bring that server up into the cloud and continue to reuse that license, it's a very important, good use of reuse of licensing and that benefit you get as well. So I'm going to ask Manav a tricky question now, because I don't particularly enjoy going around my household yelling at everybody for turning off the lights. And it's the same with my cloud costs. Is there a better way for me to be able to effectively manage my cloud costs on an ongoing basis without being the person that yells at you for leaving your VM on?
Surely. First of all, thanks for having us out here, Sonia. And talking about effectively managing our cloud costs, in Azure Cost Management, there are multiple ways that we can go about this. Let me start off with using tags. So tags are a great way for us to effectively charge back our internal departments that are using these shared resources. And Azure Cost Management has some deep integrations with tags that you can use to manage your costs across the different teams or that have been using these resources. Now, a great example of that is that you can assign a tag for your cost center, for example, that can be used to align the expenses for each project or application that your team is currently working on. Apart from that, there's something exciting that our team has been working on called as cost allocation that we just announced in preview. And that's a great way for me to divvy up my costs among the teams that have been using these shared resources and keep folks accountable for these as well. So say, for example, I may have an express route resource that I use with 3 or 4 teams, and I can divvy up the costs for these resources based on a percentage with these teams, or just apply like a peanut butter spread and distribute these costs evenly so everyone knows how much they're spending for these shared resources.
That's really important, because I know that that's something that our big enterprises especially do quite a lot. It's how you divvy up that shared cost. So that's a great new little feature to see. Now, I like to try and budget my household expenses to keep a handle on those. Is budgeting something that I can do for my cloud resources? And how do I know if my spend's getting close to what I've budgeted for a month, say?
Sure. So similar like you, even I like to budget my personal resources as well. And budgets is a great feature in Azure Cost Management to keep all of our teams accountable to the costs that they have been accumulating in Azure. So when you cross a certain threshold in Azure Cost Management that you've defined, we do send you an alert saying, hey, you've crossed these thresholds and you might want to look into it. And a great way for you to do that also is that once you've crossed this threshold, you might have like an automated script that's running that may go ahead and turn off your VMs as well, so that you don't incur more costs. And you can use this by assigning budgets on subscriptions and attaching an action group to it. And so based on these different rules that I may have for my different scopes, like subscriptions or resource groups, I can go ahead and set a number of budgets for my resources that I have in Azure Cost Management.
And one of the interesting things that we have released fairly recently in Azure Cost Management too is the ability to set that budget at a threshold that's higher than 100%. And I thought that was really cool when that got announced, because sometimes you might know that in a given month you're going to burst your usage, you're expecting a higher demand, and you want your resources to be able to generate more costs, because that means that they're serving an increase in demand. And so I love the fact that with the budgets I can actually say, well, look, maybe this month or for this particular set of resources, the budget is normally 100%, but I actually want to know if it hits 150, because I'm okay for it to kind of burst above that level for a time. Yeah. We also talked about the data in terms of the billing data, and I mentioned about trying to figure out which of my appliances was using the most electricity at home. If I've got sort of that level of data from an Azure perspective, how can I share that with people like the finance team, or if I'm trying to reconcile how much I've used with what's on my Azure invoice?
Right. So Azure Cost Management has a lot of your cost and usage data. And when we see that, we work in these multi cross-functional teams where the engineering might have to give access to this data to finance teams so that they can go ahead and charge back all of their internal teams. And they might want to perform some sort of pivot charts or something in Excel. And a great way for you to get all of your latest cost and usage data is by using exports in Azure Cost Management. And what that does is that once you set up an export, automatically based on the schedule of your choice, it will go ahead and give you your cost for your day, week, or month into your Azure storage account. So you don't even have to worry about having like a gig to download from your browser, and you're worried about your network or how you're going to download it locally. So with that, we also started supporting reservation purchases in an export quite recently. And a great way for me to share all of my reservation purchases with my finance team is by using amortized costs. So what that does is that it divvies up my costs based on the period of the reservation that I have, say, for example, a month. And so my finance team gets a great view as to how much I'm using my reservations per day as well. Apart from that, and this is one of my favorite items in exports, is that it smartly gives you your cost and usage data the moment that your Azure invoice is going to be ready as well. So just in time that I get that invoice from Azure for a particular month, export also gives me the latest cost and usage file into my storage account just in time for me to reconcile this with my invoice.
That's a great feature. I love it. And so I'm also hearing a bit of a rumor that some of our customers may use other people's clouds as well as ours. How do we solve the problem when we've got an environment where we may be using more than one cloud provider? Can Azure help me with that too?
Certainly. Sonia, nobody likes to keep all of their eggs in one basket. And that's what it comes with our cloud resources as well, that nobody wants just one cloud provider. And what we've done is we've recognized that our customers like to use Azure and AWS together as a hybrid cloud providers. And so what we've done is we've introduced the connectors for AWS feature that allows our customers to get their AWS data inside Azure Cost Management. And that gives you a seamless experience to view your costs across AWS and Azure in one single pane of glass. What we've done is we do the heavy lifting on our part, and we map all of your AWS data to Azure data as well, so that it gives you this single portal experience of slicing and dicing into your costs, creating pivot charts if you want to. Go ahead and set budgets on your costs as well, so you're accountable of not just your Azure expenses, but your AWS expenses as well.
That was very exciting to see that sort of announced, and now that it's there, people can have that visibility of those costs from those different cloud providers. I'm going to ask Sharon just quickly to wrap up with your favorite thing that's on the roadmap that's coming out that we haven't seen yet.
I think that my favorite one is the scheduled emails that is coming out soon. And that is the ability to actually share your reports with others that cannot access or do not want to access Azure to see their costs in Azure in Azure portal. So scheduled emails, you can schedule any view and send it out. I think that's the most exciting one coming.
That's going to be very helpful for so many organizations. Thank you so much for joining me, Sharon and Manav. We've got a ton of Microsoft Azure specific digital breakout sessions, workshops, Ask the Experts, and more in our session scheduler. So here's a little pro tip. Use the Refine search button to search for Azure specific segments coming up on demand. And now let's find out a little more about our friends from Veeam. Take a look.